It is exactly 9 p.m. East African time. Many thanks for joining us from wherever you're watching from. You're just in time for the Lookup weekend. Today being the third day of national mourning for the late CDF Ogolla. And of course, he's been finally laid to rest. We'll be bringing you that and of course more coverage on that. My name is John Matava. Sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. That and much more will be coming to you. But first, the top stories. Tonight on Lookup Weekend, bidding the general goodbye, 19-gun salute and buried without a coffin. The late CDF Francis Ogolla laid to rest in his home in Siaya County. General Ogolla served the nation with admirable commitment, says President William RUTO, as he mounts the Chief of Defense Forces during the final salute. And floods wreak havoc in the country as rains continue pounding different regions, rendering roads impassable. Welcome back once again. Our sign language interpreter is Felista Adundo. Let's get started. President William RUTO has led the country in giving the late Chief of Defense Forces, that is General Francis Ogolla, a befitting send-off. General Ogolla was laid to rest at his Lego home in Siaya County in a colorful ceremony complete with a 19-gun salute and of course buried without a coffin, just as he wished. Early morning, the body of the general arrived in Kisumu and made its way to the venue in Siaya on road. Step by step, the military took charge in sending the general to rest. During the ceremony held at his near home in Siaya, a full-scale military honor befitting the distinguished service of the late General Ogolla was performed. The family mourned their kin as the dedicated fellow who served without fear as they called on the nation to celebrate the man he was.
These guys were friends in State House. Let us be sensitive. Tafadhali, bloggers, watch your media. Mwambie bloggers watch mchezo and mention them by name.
The military paid its final respects to the late Chief of Defense Forces, General Francis Ogolla, in a solemn ceremony to mark the end of his journey. During Saturday's event, a 1-minute silence was observed by the attendees, which began with a reveille traditionally used to wake soldiers for duty. John Matava, Lookuptv. The country has lost a great military leader who served his country with passion. These were President William RUTO's words as he paid his tribute to the fallen soldier, CDF Francis Ogolla, speaking during the General Ogolla's burial service at Ogolla Primary School. President RUTO said he was proud to have appointed and worked with the fallen CDF. As Brian Amoy now reports, the head of state assured the nation that a probe will be done to give details on what happened to the military chopper that took the lives of Ogolla and 9 others.
We take the program from there.
A 19-gun salute, the send-off befitting the man Francis Ogolla, Kenya's Chief of Defense Forces. President William RUTO mourned the fallen CDF as a great military leader who served his country with passion and unwavering commitment. The president described General Ogolla as a consummate military officer, a passionate commander, and a patriot of great humility and integrity.
Many people don't understand the loss that we have incurred as a country. Those of you who may not have worked closely with General Ogolla as I did, you may not understand the kind of men that we have in this great Kenya. There are very few leaders, there are very few people who can fit in the categorization and the shoes of General Ogolla. I say this passionately because I know what Kenya has lost. When I got the news.
Speaking during General Ogolla's burial service, President RUTO said he was proud to have appointed and worked with the fallen CDF.
Was appointed as the CDF in Kenya because of his credentials, his integrity, his professionalism, and he stood tall and deserved the appointment. As I said, I was very proud working with this man, General Ogolla. And I know for sure that I made the right decision. And if I had another chance to appoint him, I would appoint him again as the CDF of Kenya.
As questions on the general's death arise, the president assured the country of a thorough investigation on the cause of the accident that claimed the life of General Ogolla and 9 others.
I know the KDF are as concerned as I am, and indeed the family and every Kenyan, on the life of General Ogolla. And I want to assure the country that the KDF, our Kenya Air Force, have the requisite integrity and professionalism to make sure that there will be no shroud of doubt on what happened to General Ogolla.
Having been praised for choosing a Luo as his CDF, President RUTO also said tribalism and ethnicity will no longer drive the politics and governance of the country. He said every Kenyan will have an opportunity to serve the nation on account of merit as opposed to tribalism and political affiliation. The head of state took the time to clarify and stress that political assassinations will not happen under his watch, even as the nation continues to question how the plane carrying the CDF crashed.
Evidence of doubt, and without any fear of contradiction, there shall never be again extrajudicial killings or political assassinations.
Brian Amwai, Lookuptv.
Many thanks, Brian Amwai. While still on the same, he made an impact in the military during his tenure of service. A man with good leadership skills, an accomplished military leader, and also a diplomat. These are just some of the words that have been used to describe the fallen CDF as he was laid to rest today. Different leaders paid tribute to the fallen soldier as a dedicated fella who served the nation with commitment. Maureen Bosiri reports on Ogolla's final journey.
Thousands of people and leaders flooded Barack Obama Primary in Ngea Village, Siaya County for the final journey of the Chief of Defense Forces General Ogolla, who died in a helicopter crash at Sindar in Elgeyo Marakwet County. Various leaders, including Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, condoled with General Ogolla's family, terming him as a humble, patriotic man with military skills.
Your Excellency, we have accompanied you here to this great county of Siaya to honor and bury a decorated general, a career military strategist, accomplished fighter pilot, a competent and focused team leader, a humble, kind man, and all of us are privileged to have served with him under you.
Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi also termed General Ogolla as a peacekeeper who loved his country, lauding the KDF officers for ensuring that Kenya and its borders is protected.
Ogolla alikuwa cha ujuzi wake kwa mambo ya kijeshi na pia akawa na kipawa sana kwa mambo ya kuhusu diplomasia, na haya yote aliyatumia vizuri sana kuhudumia taifa letu. The accolades that we have received as they convey condolences from all over the world is testimony to the integrity and professionalism of our defense forces.
Defense Cabinet Secretary Eden Duale also eulogized General Ogolla as a disciplined, dedicated and honorable man.
He was a smart general. He was one of our finest F-15 jet fighter. He has trained everybody here, including the current Air Force commander. He was a man of humility.
Martha Karua mourned CDF General Ogolla as a patriotic man, urging President William RUTO to ensure that investigation is thoroughly done to determine the cause of the helicopter crash that claimed General Ogolla's life and 9 other KDF officers.
When an accident occurs, it's a security issue. There are security concerns which deserve an answer for the nation. We look forward to a speedy investigations. I salute our fallen general. Fare thee well.
But here we have a case of a general who did not wait to fade away. He crushed, died in office. What Kenyans want as a president is simply to make it public, because then that will allay all these fears.
General Ogolla was laid to rest at his home in Siaya County in a private ceremony. He leaves behind an indelible mark in the Kenya Defence Force and the country as a whole for the role he played. Maureen Bosire, Lookuptv.
Away from that, one person has been killed and livestock stolen in yet another daring bandit attack in Elgeyo Marakwet County. And as George Kayesi now reports, the bandits attacked Keban village at the same location where the KDF helicopter crashed on Thursday afternoon, claiming the lives of 10 soldiers, including the Chief of Defence Forces, General Francis Ogolla.
Barely a day after the tragic crash of the KDF helicopter claiming the life of Chief of Defence Forces General Francis Ogolla and his team of gallant soldiers on a peacekeeping mission in the volatile North Rift region, daring bandits struck Chesegon area near the KDF camp close to Cheptulet Secondary School, where General Ogolla had visited last before the devastating event. Amidst heavy gunfire, bandits raided Kabel location within Elgeyo Marakwet County, the same area where the helicopter tragedy occurred, reportedly making off with a known number of livestock and claiming the life of one individual under the full glare of police. Even with heavily armed officers stationed at the site of the helicopter crash, the bandits raid occurred while KDF officers were still on the ground working together to gather information about the ill-fated chopper crash. Kabel location Chief Tarus Kerenol has strongly condemned the escalating insecurity in the area, urging the government to take action to restore peace.
It is so unfortunate ya kwamba hii mambo ya banditry imeleta shida to an extent ya kwamba tumepoteza tu watu mashuhuri katika nchi yetu. Sisi kama Kabel location tunataka ombi letu kuu ni kwamba amani irejee, tuishi na majirani zetu, watu wafanye kazi zao na hata watoto wa kila mtu asomeshe watoto wake. Area hii imekuwa too prone to banditry. Shida imekuwa nyingi.
Armed bandits have continued to attack, kill and rob residents before retreating to caves and forests from where they monitor the public and security personnel as they plan for the attack. The insecurity and constant attacks has become a thorn for the government, with efforts to restore peace proving futile with each attack.
And now, Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale on Sunday revealed that General Francis Ogolla's visit to Bomas of Kenya as of the 2022 presidential election results were being tallied was not out of his own volition, but rather coerced by some of his seniors. Speaking during the General Ogolla's burial service in Siaya County, Duale argued that the General Ogolla, who at the time was the vice chair of the Defense Forces, did not have the clearance to proceed to Bomas of Kenya, since he was not a member of the National Security Council and was acting on orders of persons who sat in the powerful body at the time.
As the debate surrounding what happened at the Bomas of Kenya on the 15th of August 2022 rages on, especially following the death of the Chief of Defence Forces Francis Ogolla, Aden Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defence, now says Ogolla was at Bomas under instructions from his superiors.
General Ogolla shared with me text messages of his superiors and members of the National Security Committee then. And he asked 3-4 times. First, in the morning when he was going to NSAC, he showed me the message that he was given, go represent me at NSAC, because of a prior other commitment of the person who was supposed to go. when he went to ENSAC, General Ogolla, and a direction was given to him with other colleagues, with a leader, him as a member, to go to Bomas. General Ogolla, as a respectable soldier and general, he asked and sent a text message to his bosses and asked, what am I going to do in Bomas? And this has happened. And General Ogolla was told, it's been decided, you go.
According to Duale, despite questioning the motive behind being sent to Bomas, with him not being a member of the National Security Committee, Ogolla was ordered to proceed and stay put.
And I'm narrating what General Ogolla today, he's lying here, this man, told me. When he went to Bomas, the then chairman of IBC, he told me, kept them for 5 hours. And the 411 came while he was in Bomas, saying the results will be announced at 3. And General Ogolla then again sent a text message and saying, now that the result will be announced at 3, as a general, as a soldier, what am I doing here? And he was told, stay with your colleague. That text message is there. And the people who sent him to Bomas, some of them are here. Some of the people who sent him to Bomas, some of the people who sent him to Bomas are known. They are members. So sometimes, the way Joel said,
amid accusations and counter-accusations regarding the role played by the fallen general in the last general elections, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Francis Ogolla, was finally laid to rest at his home in Siaya County. May his soul rest in paradise. Ian Keitani, Lookuptv.
Many thanks, Ian Keitani, in that story on the controversies of the Bomas saga about the late CDF Ogolla. On that brings us to our first break right in Look Up Weekend. Stay with us. We'll be coming back with more news for you. Coming up, the death of a general and KDF soldier sends a nation to mourning. Tonight on the Weekend Focus, we look at the biggest stories making headlines this week, with our focus driven to the last salute of CDF General Francis Ogolla.
of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art laboratories to modern libraries equipped with the latest resources, we provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Choose from a wide range of programs designed to prepare you for challenges of tomorrow's world. Whether in STEM, humanities, business, or the arts, our strong industry connections and career service support will help you translate your education into meaningful career opportunities upon graduation. Join a vibrant community of scholars from around the world, fostering cultural exchange, collaboration, and lifelong friendships. Book your space now for September intakes. Log in to https://www.uonbi.ac.ke for a wide range of courses to choose from. You can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke. Are you a junior secondary school, a college, a TVET institution or a university and you want to advertise your intake? Book now and advertise with us today on both Lookuptv and all our digital platforms. Call us today or email us on sales@lookuptv.co.ke.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed the life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
If you want to have a proper outlook of the economy, then you have to speak to the wheels and gears of the integral businesses in the country.
And I want to be able to make the youths and everybody coming up in Kenya know that this is here locally.
Men and women in the thick of the bust of markets rising and falling, fighting to make their business decisions stick.
I've always lived in my career that I can never be late.
You need to train by yourself. You need to practice by yourself. Then from there you can compose yourself and give kind of services like this.
On season 2 of the Captain's Arena, we seek the inside of the minds, predict the shift in the markets, get inspiration to start and make sense of it all.
Just watch what everybody else is doing and just make sure you're giving back to the society.
Oof. This is the Captain's Arena.
As the night falls, we come to life to bring you a comprehensive broadcast from the numerous events happening across our 47 counties.
When it breaks, it matters, and each story is important.
If it's Thursday, join me, Nancy Lima, and my able panelists as we break down the law jargons and analyze the Constitution in a way only you can understand.
The news cycle never stops, neither does time. We cover each and every sector and present to you factual and accurate occurrences. This is where facts win the day. Join me,
Nancy Lima,
Ian Keitani, Tuesday, every Wednesday,
Thursday,
as from 9 p.m. on The Insight, only on Lookuptv.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Lookup, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki, na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu, wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi man.
Mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji. Come, let us show you place spot to build your dream home in Baraka Garden, situated just 5.4 kilometers from Blue Post Junction along the Thika Gatura Road. Place finest with secure gated community, maji na stima iko on site. Usitans na stories za title deeds ziko ready. Plus, flexible payment plans and financing options. Pay 30% and clear the rest in installments. Get in touch, twende site visit. For more information, contact 0794 333 222 or 0722 668 700 or visit our website www.mahasibuhousing.co.ke. Experience the beauty of Baraka Gardens today. University of Nairobi is a distinguished institution of higher learning dedicated to nurturing your intellectual curiosity and pushing the boundaries of knowledge. From state-of-the-art laboratories to modern libraries equipped with the latest resources, we provide you with the tools you need to succeed. Choose from a wide range of programs designed to prepare you for challenges of tomorrow's world. Whether in STEM, humanities, business, or the arts, our strong industry connections and career service support will help you translate your education into meaningful career opportunities upon graduation. Join a vibrant community of scholars from around the world, fostering cultural exchange, collaboration, and lifelong friendships. Book your space now for September intakes. Log in to https://www.uonbi.ac.ke for a wide range of courses to choose from. You can also contact +254 020 491 0000 or email us at pr@ounbi.ac.ke.
Welcome back and thank you so much for staying with us. The heavy rains being witnessed in different parts of the country continue to wreak havoc as homes and roads get flooded, leaving residents displaced and motorists stranded. In Nairobi, residents walked up to floods as the Kenya Met Department warns that the rains will persist for a while.
In response to heavy rainfall, Nairobi County finds itself battling significant flooding, resulting in one confirmed fatality and ongoing efforts to locate a missing child in Kibra Sub-County. Following a statement from the Nairobi City County, the impact of Saturday's downpour has been felt across the city, prompting emergency teams led by the Disaster Management Department to mobilize relief efforts in affected areas. Among the hardest hit locations are the Ngong River, where flooding has submerged the Mbagathi roundabout, inundated the Ectoville Industrial Estate in Mukuru Kwaruben, and affected the Mweki ward along the eastern bypass. Similarly, the Mau Mau River has overflowed, leading the flooding of churches and residential properties. In a particularly distressing incident, a bridge in Nairobi's Mukuru Kayaba slum in South Bay was swept away by the force of the floodwaters. With the situation evolving, authorities are urging citizens to remain vigilant and take necessary precautions to protect themselves and their belongings from the ongoing threat of flooding. Elsewhere in Kitengela town and its surroundings were inundated by heavy downpours on Saturday, leading to widespread flooding that left residents grappling with significant challenges. The deluge exacerbated the clogged drainages, paralyzed the town and adjacent areas, sparking frustrations among locals who bore the brunt of the natural disaster. Feeder roads, including major tarmacked thoroughfares, succumbed to the rising waters, rendering them impassable and causing massive traffic snarls along the Nairobi-Namanga highway. This happens as the Kenya Meteorological Department warns that rainfall will persist across various regions with heavy downpours expected in the Central Highlands, Western Kenya, Rift Valley, Southeastern Lowlands, Coast, and Northeastern Kenya. Martin Masharia, Lookuptv.
Many thanks, Martin Masharia. Embu youth are being engaged in sporting activities to curb drug and substance abuse. Among the youth in the county speaking during their sporting activity in Embu, Bishop Oter Mushira said the church is being concerned about the rising number of youth falling victim to drug abuse. Majid Hussein with more from the counties.
In a move to curb the use of drugs in Embu County, youths are now fully engaged in sports activity courtesy of the Africa Independent Pentecostal Church of Africa. Speaking at Don Bosco Boys in Embu County, where the church held the sports activities, AIPCA Embu Central Diocese Bishop Peter Mushira said the church leadership is concerned with the number of broken families and youths consumed by the illicit.
Utapata kuona ya kwamba wanalika wakijiingiza katika miandarati na pombe. Kitu kwanza ni kwamba hakuna kuendelea vizuri katika masomo yao, na jambo lingine ya kuona ya kwamba pia hawafanyi kazi.
Elsewhere, a fierce land dispute has erupted and led to a protest for justice in the Mbuyi-Wachapa area, Jomvu constituency, Mombasa County. The dispute involving the residents of the area and the county government is about a land that covers an area of 301 acres, putting more than 2,000 families at risk of displacement if the county government evicts them. The residents want the national government to intervene and facilitate the acquisition of land documents.
Tufanyeje? Tunataka watuambie wanatakaje na sisi. Na mbona wasije na njia nzuri tuelewe? Kila siku wageni wanakuja, mnaona Land Rover zinapita. Hatuelewi ni kina nani. Mbona wasituarifu hata fulani anakuja basi tuwasikize.
Finally, over 30 people with disability in Kisumu County have benefited from the 1.2 million support in form of the equipment and accessories from the National Fund for the Disabled of Kenya, NFDK. The support is part of the over 12 million shillings NFDK intends to disburse to 384 individuals with disabilities in Nyanza region in the 2024 financial year.
Sema walemavu hapa juu, they're brighter than you. Ni kuwapa ile nafasi tu wakuweza, kama ni kusoma au ujuzi wao. Kila mtu ana kipawa chake, na tukiweza kumpa nafasi ya kutumia kile kipawa chake, mtaona maajabu.
Majid Hussein, Lookuptv.
Well, let's cross over to some sporting action. Victor Kipchirchir and Emily Chepkemoi are the winners of the 5th edition of the Eldoret City Marathon held on Sunday in Eldoret, who was in Gishu County. Kipchirchir crossed the finish line in 2 hours, 12 minutes and 50 seconds, successfully defending his title for the 3rd consecutive year, claiming the top spot in the men S42-kilometer race. Felix Mutai and Evans Kipruto finished second and third place respectively. Emily Chepkemoi, who finished 4th in the last edition, overcame tough competition to emerge the winner in the women's race, while the time of 2 hours, 30 minutes and 14 seconds. Mother Keno claimed second place, while John Jepkosgei secured the 3rd place.
To prepare mzuri, I think this time training yangu haikuwa 100%, ilikuwa almost 70%, so niliongeza kuvumilia.
Ya leo nafurahi kwa sababu nimekuwa number 1 na singekuwa natarajia. Ni mpango ya Mungu. Nilikuwa na imani kwa sababu nilikuwa na hiyo moyo. Last 2022 nilikimbia hapa, nilikuwa position 4. Sasa nilikuwa na moyo wa kushinda siku ya leo.
Pamoja na alafu asante sana Jambo Jet kwa zawadi ambayo amenipatia, Mungu awabariki. Ningeomba alafu namba 3 upande wetu.
11th place, Murang'a still shared the spoil with Muhoroni Youth after 0-0 score in the 27th round of the FKF Premier League match played at the SportPesa Arena. In other matches, defending champions Gor Mahia secured a 1-0 draw against AFC Leopard at Nyayo Stadium, while Tusker FC defeated Ulinzi Stars by a solitary goal at Ulinzi Complex.
Ya kupata alama moja, tulitaka alama 3 ndio at least to a little bit more safer, but ukiangalia zile chance tumepoteza, mpaka penalties zetu tumepoteza, imekuwa so sad because kulingana preparation ile tulikuwa tumefanya preparation mzuri. Ukiangalia timu sasa hizi imepick vijana wote weko on top. Kile tu ningelisema itabidi tu tufanye maandalizi mazuri before tucheze na Gor Mahia. Still tutacheza hapa nyumbani na Gor Mahia, na mimi na hakika tutakuwa tumejipanga vizuri.
Actually nimekuwa nayo team for the last
This is my third game. Mechi ya kwanza nikashinda, mechi ya pili nika lose, alafu leo nilikuwa na expect nikaanza toka na 3 points up because napiga na relegation. So nikikuja hapa hivi I was prepared to get the 3 points. Unfortunately nimetoka vile imekuwa namna hiyo, then nikatoka na 1 point and I appreciate hiyo moja nimetoka. Then sasa from today I'm going to work on those areas my weaknesses nimeona kwa saizi, then those are make sure kwa next coming matches kwa sababu nakutana bid kwa next game nyumbani and make sure at least nimetoka na those 3 points and then nione nitakuwa niko happy. As at now bado niko relegation zone. Bado niko chini hapo hivyo na napigana nataka nitoke hapo hivyo.
Zetech Sparks secured a spot in the semi-finals following the 8-0 victory over Kisiwa Starlets in the quarter-final match played at Sudi Stadium. With this victory, Zetech Sparks will now prepare to take on Kibera Soccer Ladies, while Kenya Police Bullets will face off against Ulinzi Starlets in the semi-final, scheduled to take place on June 16, 2024.
Mpaka test match at least hii level ndio nikakuwa na hiyo nilipata hiyo njia poa ya kuangalia hii team vile iko. So kwa friendly tulijaribu kuwaka na vitu fulani ambazo nilikuja nikaongea na wasichana wangu na nikawaambia to stick to our philosophy ambao to me leo imewaka vizuri sana, manake mimi utoka na build-ups na the moment niliwaambia tutoke na build-ups, especially first half, uliona hata the first kitu kama around 6 minutes tulikuwa na almost 4 chances na kipa wao anaweza sema alisaidia, manake zingepigwa hizo 4 manake zilikuja. Tukiangalia tunacheza na Kibra. Kibra ni team is another good side. Pia wao wanatoka kama mimi, wanatoka na build-ups. So ni kufocus, we just go back to our drawing board, we work hard na to focus game ya Kibra.
Perhaps after we beat Viga Queens, we went back and sat back. We were hoping that this might be a lighter team, but perhaps there were a few lapses here and there that maybe next time we are going to look at them and be able to do something about them, and next time it won't be the 8-0, but we hope the next time it will be something better.
38 minutes past 9 p.m. Thanks for watching, and of course we are all for a break. We'll be coming back with our Week in Focus interview tonight. We talk about the last salute of CDF Ogolla and what it means to the country. We'll be speaking to one Pius Masai who has worked with them closely, and we'll be giving you that right away just after this break.
University of Kenya, which was chartered on the 3rd of August 2023, aims to revolutionize higher education by breaking down barriers such as cost, previous exam grades, and geographical location through online open learning at the comfort of your home, job, etc., thus ensuring